Hello folks, and welcome to another episode here on Simply Off Grid. Today we're going to talk about planting shiitake mushrooms. So a little while ago I decided to do some digging into finding out how to grow shiitake mushrooms, and it is actually fairly straightforward. So did a bit of Googling and found mushroomscanada.ca, and they sell mushrooms. They sell little wooden like dowels that are inoculated with mycelium to grow different types of mushrooms. So I ordered a box and they've arrived. So let's open the box first. All right, so what do we got? They've actually given us some wax, which I'll explain in a minute. And then here we have a little bag of shiitake mushroom dowels. Just about to see it there. So in this bag, let's take a look. So here we go. Some shiitake mushroom dowels. And basically what we need to do is drive those into a log. Now there's certain logs that these things grow really well in. I believe if you were to put them in oak, that's the highest priced shiitake mushroom. They fetch the highest price. But apparently they do grow, if you're in BC, they grow pretty well in alder. So we are going to get these into an alder tree, but before we can do that, we need to chop down an alder tree. Now, we have loads of alders here. They're kind of a weed. They're growing very, very fast and encroaching on the property. So I don't feel too bad at taking out a small alder and to drill some holes in it to grow these mushrooms. So let's go and have a look for a suitable tree for us to chop down. Okay, so I've got a hand saw, no chainsaw here, just going to use this. Done a little bit of research into how to chop a tree down. It's a dangerous job, so I'm not taking it lightly, but this is a pretty small tree that I've found, so let's go take a look at it and talk you through how I'm going to chop it down. Follow along. So, this is the guy I'm going to bring down, and I've got to apologize for the microphone. It's actually broken, so we're just using the mic on the phone right now. I don't have the mic, so if you need to come a bit closer to here, maybe come a bit closer. Okay, so this guy is leaning away from the house, so I feel a bit more comfortable with that one. There's definitely nothing down here that it's gonna land or hit on or anything like that, so I feel pretty safe getting this one down. So what we're gonna do, if you just come around here, I'm gonna find a little spot somewhere on the front here to cut in and do a little angle cut, like a little face cut back and then in, just to create this wedge. So we'll get started on that first. Thank you, tree. Okay, so I've done this little face cut. I'm not sure if I've gone deep enough. This is like the hinge here. So we'll give it a go, see what happens. What I need to do is cut in from this side now, just a little bit higher up than the hinge, maybe about an inch above the bottom of this hinge. And then it should just give. So start cutting in from this side and it's gonna tip that way. Let's give it a go. Getting there. Here we go. Timber! Woo! There she goes. Woo! First tree I've ever felled. And it went quite well.
Good job.
Take a look at the hinge there. So you can see I came in, cut this hinge off and then came in the backside. So I'm pretty stoked how that went. So we'll cut these up into logs now. So more hard work, but I might use the skill saw for this one. I just didn't want to use a motorized saw anywhere near the tree there, so I'm tired. But let's get this chopped into logs. Okay, got the skill saw now, so it's only a 3-inch blade, so I'm only going to get so far through, and then I'll probably finish it off with this guy here. So I'm going to get a couple feet here. Okay, so there's one of our logs. I'll just keep going till we get a little bunch together here. So we've got 100 little plugs to fill these in. So we're supposed to drill holes about 6 inches apart. So I'm trying to figure out how many I'll fit on one of these logs. So one, I think I'll start 6 inches in, and then 1, 2, 3. So it might be 9 on each log. So let's say 10 for ease of math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of those. I'll maybe cut a couple more, but the tree is getting a bit narrow, and I don't know how narrow is too narrow, but I'll probably do 2 more and we'll see where we go from there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll start with 8. If I need any more, I'll come back and grab 2 more. But let's go to the next stage. All right, so here's our little harvest for growing our shiitake mushrooms. I need to drill some holes now in these logs to insert those dowels. So I need an 8mm or a 5/16 drill bit. Let's see what we can find in here. Got the drill. The drill bit. 5/64. That can't be right. What's this one? Yeah, 5/16. That's the ticket. And now we need to get some masking tape to mark the length of this drill bit that I need to drill a hole down to. Okay, so here's one of the dowels I showed you earlier. We need to drill down into these logs just past the depth of that. So I'm just going to mark on with some tape here. Going just past the end, just so it has some room to expand there. Just a little bit past it, and then I'll just mark that off. I need to go no deeper than that. You can buy special bits to attach onto these, makes it super easy, but I'm just going to use this as my guide. Let's start with this one. Okay.
So we're just going to go down to this green tape, just drill a little hole here. That right, and then 6 inches apart, so kind of about here maybe. And we'll leave that one. So then, once we've done that, we're just going to turn the log around a little bit, and we're going to go in between those a bit further round. So if you can see where the holes are here, we're just going to go in between those holes just to space them out a little bit. So I'm going to go here, and then kind of, where's that one? There. And then here. And we just carry on all the way around the log doing the same thing, spacing them out. We'll start, just mirror that one. Done. Here. So pretty much gone around that whole log. Now we've got the holes. So we're going to do that for all the logs. But before we do that, we're going to get the hammer and we're going to bang those dowels into these holes. See how that goes. What are you doing?
I'm going to melt the wax for the mushrooms.
Okay, cool.
So I just found an old tin can, cleaned it out, and I put some of the wax that came with our kit just inside, and then I'll warm it up here just until it's melted down.
Okay, so we're deciding to use the camping stove to heat that stuff up instead. It's going to be easier to get it from the tin can onto the logs. Okay, that's on. So I've cleaned my hands at the advice of the company that sells the mushrooms so that we don't get any contamination in there, so we don't encourage any mold or anything like that. I've also got an alcohol wipe. I'm going to wipe the end of the hammer, so we're just going to keep everything as clean as we possibly can. Sarah. All right. Grab a couple of these, see if they go in. We're going to get 20 per log, but we might get less as the logs get a bit smaller, so we might have the right amount of logs. So I'm going to get on banging these in and see you at the other end. All right, to give you a little close up here, you can kind of see the little dowels, nice and flush, maybe a little bit in there if you can. But yeah, that whole thing is now full. Didn't take too long. So in here we've just heated up some of the wax. I showed you earlier the little bag of shaved wax. Because it's shaved, it melts down really quickly. Come and have a little look here. We're just going to use this little brush to paint it on top of each one of these little dowels. And that is to protect the mushroom spores. They just need a little bit of protection for a short amount of time, and the wax apparently does that job pretty well. So it just protects them from the outside elements while they take. So the company, Grow Mushrooms Canada, say that the best time to do this is April and May, and today is the very last day of May, so we'll see how it goes. They do also say that you're supposed to harvest the tree in winter before the leaves come on it, just so that it has maximum sort of nutrition inside the tree, but we did what we can.
They also said you can plant any time of the year.
You can do it any time of the year. You must get better results, I think, if you do it that particular time. So that's our first mushroom log done. Pretty stoked. Well, that is super exciting. First time planting or inoculating, or I don't know what you call it, for mushrooms, but we got those in the logs. So now we need to find a nice shaded spot to put them. So go straight through.
You lead the way.
Okay. Ouch. I'm gonna lay down some that are not inoculated. I'm gonna go and grab another one and then we'll pile that up. Okay, we'll go and get the others.
I'm stuck.
Got stuck on the tree.
I'm stuck.
We put that one underneath. That'll just prop that up nice and flat. And then we're just gonna pile all the inoculated ones on top of these. So just gonna twist them around to make sure that the mushrooms aren't touching each of the logs and they've got some place to come out. I've been told that if you use a really big tree, you end up with massive mushrooms, but it can take up to 2 years to grow. So with these, we're expecting to see something maybe within 6 months, but anywhere between 6 months and 2 years. So if you want to find out what actually happens, you really are going to have to subscribe to this video. And we're just going to set the stopwatch for 6 months and we'll come back and see what's going on. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you head over to mushroomscanada.ca. That's where we got these inoculated plugs from. They are, it costs us about $36 there, and I asked for the wax as well, so you can save some money by not getting the wax. I think the wax was 10 bucks. So yeah, that's including delivery. They're on Vancouver Island, so it's awesome, really local to us. So check those guys out, and yeah, be sure to follow the playlist for our garden setup here, and subscribe by clicking the globe here. Please hit the thumbs up, help spread this video around, and it'll help everybody and help us. So thanks so much, and I will see you in the next video.